What is strength to a climber? Most commonly, it refers to your ability to hang a bad hold a strenuous position, or do a hard move.
There is a common misconception that strength and power are the same thing. In actual fact, power involves dynamic movement, whereas strength is more static based. They are each important, but without strength, you can do nothing. If you can't even hang the holds, you can't initiate any movement from them, therefore you have no power. Strength training in climbing has a lot of depth and subtleties to it, and there are a lot of pros using very exciting new techniques to make the most of their training. The most important thing to remember about any training you do is that it has to be transferable to your climbing. Without the transfer, no strength gains you make will have any effect on the wall. To make this transfer, your strength training must be specific to climbing, and you have to allow yourself a lot of time to go climbing in order to balance physical gains with technical performance.
In climbing, finger strength encompasses a wide array of different grip types. To get maximum coverage, you should try and use as many different holds as possible.
Full crimp, half crimp, open hand, pinch, pocket, and sloper. Every grip type has its advantages and disadvantages. Be wary of pockets and full crimp position. They are the two most injury-prone grip types. I find that pockets require a lot more warming up, and it's even a good idea to do hangs off them with your feet still on the ground to prepare. Arm strength encompasses everything from your lock-off ability to how much stability your shoulder can provide on a wide move. Core strength is your ability to maintain balance whilst climbing, as well as doing strenuous body tension positions. The most specific form of strength training is simply bouldering. Doing boulder problems of between 1 and 8 movements will train strength in a very specific and functional way. You will develop strength and at the same time technique.
Whilst bouldering, you're going to be mixing strength training with power. But if you wanted to focus more on the strength aspect of things, it could be a really good idea to focus on more intense boulder problems using smaller holds, smaller moves, and in a less dynamic style.
The simplest way to train strength in bouldering is to try a hard boulder problem, something that will take more than one attempt, ideally anything from several attempts to a few sessions. Break the boulder problem down into small chunks, ideally several moves at a time. Teach your body the techniques to climb each section, where to place your feet, how to grip each hold, and focus specifically on how tired you might be through each section of the climb. Slowly start trying to link together each section until you're making much longer links. You should begin to notice improvements in both technique and strength, and in time, you will complete the problem. Once completed though, it's still an ideal training problem, so use it in future to see if you can repeat it. It's important to choose a problem that is the right level. If you're climbing V3, there's probably little to be gained in trying a V14. However, you might benefit from working the sequence on a V6 for strength training and experience. Don't be afraid of the numbers, just have fun. Because strength is a static muscle contraction, a good way to focus on this specifically is to climb slowly and completely in control. You might need to drop a grade or two here. Choose several boulder problems that you have climbed before and attempt to climb them in a controlled and static fashion. A more extreme version of this is boulder locks. In this exercise, the aim is to lock off above each new handhold for a set time, example 3 seconds. This means you really do have to maintain solid composure on the wall. This exercise will help develop very strong lock-off strength in the arms, as well as finger strength for the hold types you're using, not to mention impeccable technique, as you will learn the perfect body position to be able to hold these strenuous locks. As much as it's good to work intense moves, it's also important to get a lot of strength-based technique in. We can get this by doing mileage bouldering. A good level for this is problems that won't take you more than a few goes, but you can spend as little or as long as you want doing this.
The fingerboard is for sure the most curious of all the training facilities at the climbing wall. It's definitely an advanced training tool and should only be used as supplementary to your climbing training. We're going to look at a very simple exercise that's useful for training finger and upper body strength, and we'll look at more detailed exercise in the future as we progress through the series.
We call these encores. Choose a hold and lock off fully, for 7 seconds. Rest for 3. Hang nearly straight. Rest for 3. Lock at 3/4. Rest for 3. Lock at 1/4. Rest for 3. Lock at 90. Rest for 3. Lock at full. Rest for 3. And now hang nearly straight. This exercise simulates a bit more of a pump, similar to an endurance burn. However, I find it is a good introduction exercise to fingerboards if you use more positive holds, and will develop solid lock strength over time from which to build on.
So a quick recap where we're at with strength. We've looked at 3 different types of strength: arm strength, finger strength, and core strength. Remember that strength is static contractions, and all the strength gains need to be transferable directly to your climbing. If you enjoyed the video and you're psyched to learn more about how to incorporate these exercises into a training routine, why don't you check out this link? It's a feature article specifically designed for this episode. To follow me and my adventures, check out my blog at www.robbiephillips.co.uk and check out Instagram, Twitter and my Facebook profile.